So the Doom Eternal Hugo Martin developer playthrough was on a couple of days ago. I am late to this news, but whatever, better late than never. And the news for the Ancient Gods Part 2 that we got on that stream was about the escalation encounters. Now before I begin, yes, this is unscripted. I'm going to do these little unscripted videos about 3 minutes to 4 minutes just updating you guys on Doom Eternal news and what my thoughts are. There will be weekly scripted contents in the future, but I like sprinkling these in from time to time. Back to the news. Escalation encounters. Basically, there will be a gore nest within each level of DLC 2, and then as you complete the easy section of the gore nest, there will be another gore nest that pops up, or another sort of section of the gore nest that pops up that will be for skilled players only, and then if you accept it, then you go into, I assume, another arena and fight a harder battle with the demons. Now I think this is a really cool idea, and if you want that extra challenge, then go ahead and do the escalation encounters. I feel like we'll all have a shot of the escalation encounters, and I hope they're really challenging. I really hope they push the players. And speaking of which, I hope they retroactively put the escalation encounter, I guess, feature into the first Ancient Gods with the Halt Slayer Gates. Now, as you guys probably know if you play Doom Eternal constantly and are kind of wrapped up in that community, the Halt Slayer Gate was changed twice. Now, the first Halt Slayer Gate version, I guess, was deemed as too easy. So then id Software updated the game and made it very challenging, with a bunch of carcasses, a possessed marauder, blood makers, archviles, and then another marauder on top of it. Not possessed this time, luckily. But anyway, that was deemed as too challenging, and yes, it was excruciatingly difficult. I had a ton of issues with that Slayer Gates, and I was just on Ultra Violence, so I couldn't imagine doing it on Nightmare difficulty. But anyway, back to the updates. So that was deemed as too difficult by most people, so then they updated it again, and this is where I think the escalation encounters would be cool. I feel like they could incorporate all of these updates and all of these versions of the Halt Slayer Gate and have them as escalation encounters. So basically they update the Ancient Gods Part 1 and add the Halt Slayer Gate, the original Halt Slayer Gate that was deemed too easy. Then if you beat that, then the pop-up will come up and say, do you want to accept the harder version? Then it'll go into the second hardest, updated Slayer Gate, and then it pops another escalation encounter out, and it says, do you want to do the hardest one? And then you can click OK, and that's when you have to fight the, possessed marauder, that version of the Slayer Gate of the Halt mission. I think that would be cool, and it would be a cool way to retroactively sort of implement this escalation encounter feature, and it will kind of tie the Ancient Gods Part 1 and the Ancient Gods Part 2 a little closer together, a little closer to make it more cohesive. But anyway, regardless, I do love this feature of the escalation encounters. I think it's a great way to change up the game and to make things a little more interesting, and also to break up the game for more casual players as well as the hardcore audience that really love the challenge of Doom Eternal's levels and want to have more of a challenge at that. People that are experts at the game, I feel like it gives them an opportunity to, be challenged more, but it's also optional, which is good. And Slayer Gates are optional anyway, but, if you want the 100% completion, you need to do the Slayer Gates. And with this escalation encounter, it'll just be interesting to see how it gets implemented and how many people step up to the plate and try to do the hardest encounter. I certainly would. I'll certainly get my ass kicked, but I'll certainly try to do the hardest escalation encounter. That being said, there will be one gore nest per level, and there will be 2 escalation encounters within that gore nest. There's no specified level number. I think that got people confused, and to be fair, how it was described is a little confusing on first hearing, but I assume there will be 3 levels, just like the Ancient Gods Part 1, or maybe even 4, who the fuck knows at this point, man. It's all up in the air until we get the DLC in our hands. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Do you like the idea of escalation encounters? Do you not like it? Please leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that stuff to help the channel out. I will have more scripted content. This is just a breather for me to talk about Doom Eternal with you guys, the lads. So, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.